Mic check 1 2. Welcome and welcome back. If this isn't your first time, to the King Status Podcast, where the status quo is reaching self-highness. With me, your host, Mr. More the King. And if you haven't already, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the King Status Podcast. And today's status is don't wait for opportunity, go and create it. And who better to bring up first interview ever, first time y'all see us together in this way, pause. My brother, RockyyLikee. RockyyLikee NT, all that, GOAT status, everything.
Everything, man.
First time, how you feeling, my boy?
Oh, man, I'm blessed and highly favored, honestly, man. Just to be here right now, sitting and talking with you.
Still cool as ever.
Listen, man, all the time, man. But I'm blessed and highly favored. Grateful for this opportunity. I appreciate you.
Thank you for coming up.
You know, it's my brother right here, so
yeah. Because it's crazy. Like, when I really thought about it, as much as y'all seen us together, when y'all seen me with the label, y'all seen me A&R, you seen the interviews, you seen us, like, a bunch of things we did when Ranshaw, everything.
Right.
And it was like, yo, we never did this. Well, y'all seen us had a podcast together, but in this way, it's just different. And I was like, man, it's time. And it feels like in that place where we both are like the ascension.
Right. Yeah.
So
this is my very first interview, man. Like, and I've been doing this for over 15 years. So to all y'all artists, real quick, listen.
The classic.
Just because you 2-3 years in and you ain't get an interview yet. Mm-hmm. Listen, it took me 15 years to get my first.
Man, so bruh, it took me to go to Atlanta to get my first. So
and you gotta embrace that journey, man.
Right. So first and foremost, congratulations on all your success, and I give
Appreciate
you that, but I want to give you your flowers on camera. Man, I've seen you grow. Like, people don't even know too much of our history,
right?
And we met each other back in 2015,
right?
Back when you was traveling with you put the studio on the bag, and Mama's kitchen, and all that. So
first it started in the basement. Mm-hmm. Started in the basement. Then I graduated to the kitchen. Then I graduated to my homie's crib, which shout out to Mod. That's where we recorded, I think, our first record, right? Or we linked for the first time.
We attempted, because I was trying to do a track again,
right?
But it was just like, that day, it was just like I had the energy sapped out of me. I was just like, and it was just like, but that's where we connected,
right.
That's where we connected. So,
and it just was like, it's been a journey since, man. Like I said, from mom's basement to the kitchen,
right, and
just traveling as an engineer and stuff like that.
Right. So how'd you get into music first and foremost? Like, and this is for y'all, because I know these answers, but I'm gonna just ask the generic. So first and foremost, your upbringing, where you from, and how'd you get started in music?
So my upbringing, born in the Northeast, born and raised, Philadelphia to be exact. How did I get started with music, man? Mm-hmm. Oh man, it's a journey. Let me take y'all back though. So for those who don't know, I was the guy in elementary school to be called to drum on the desk, drum on the lunchroom tables, for those who did they rap thing and whatever the case may be. I always used to drum around the house and X, Y, and Z. Mama, cut that drumming out and X, Y, and Z. Cool. And I say, what's that, around like 06, 07, where I first downloaded my program, FL Studio. Y'all, everybody should know that.
Yep.
And I just jumped straight into it, man.
Mm-hmm. Is that your T-Rock days?
I think so, man. Yeah. That's T-Rock days, man. At first, what's crazy thing is though, it was T-Mac at first. Nickname was T-Mac. I had T-Mac on the Starberries. You remember the Starberries? Had the Starberries. Like, that's how old I am. Had the Starberries. Put wrote T-Mac on the side and everything. I always wanted to play ball, but you know, this was the path God chose for me. Obviously, you know, music and stuff like that. I'm still doing it. But yeah, man, it was T-Mac at first, and then transitioned to T-Rock, man.
Man, so that's one thing I didn't know. I didn't know about the T-Mac on the Starberry. See, it's easy to remember the T-Rock because he got it tattooed on him, but
right, yeah,
not the Starberry.
Starberries, man. I remember them Jones like it was yesterday. Black, purple, and orange.
All right, so.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, you can tell he loved them things. He loved them
I remember
things.
That's crazy.
That was his golden prize right there.
For real.
So even though you got with the Fruity Loops, what continued to make you want to, like, where'd the love for it come? Like,
I can't even honestly pinpoint it right now. You know, like I said, when I was the go-to guy of, hey, can you drum on the desk while we rap? Can you know,
right?
Where T at? Where T at? I need him to X, Y, and Z, drum on the desk.
Right.
And that was like, honestly, like though I didn't know it at that moment, you know, as I graduated and progressed and stuff like that, I say honestly the love came forward when I first downloaded Fruity Loops and just dived right into it, man. And also I had this karaoke machine. Man, my homie would rap battle over 50 Cent instrumentals and stuff like that. No, this is true. This is true.
We getting the
stories.
story.
We getting the stories. Over the lyrics. So y'all can know on the karaoke machine you ain't got no instrumentals. This is CDs where you go cop from the store. What was the stores back in the day for the CDs? FYE, no, FYE and everything. Listen, copping the CDs, loading them into the karaoke machine, freestyling over, battle, and whatever the case may be. But yeah, honestly, like that first initial love came for when I was able to create my own.
Can you say some of the influences you had?
Some of the influences,
and that you still may have.
Pharrell, Timbaland.
And I could see why.
Just for his versatility.
And
both of them, honestly.
And the time that we were in as teenagers and everything too, they were really heating up. Like this is like when Pharrell was with Hove, often. Like Timbaland was with Hove often. Like so, it was easy to hear them. Like, and then like sometimes like you hear Timbaland work with 50. It was just that was a different time in music. So I can see like in the age range that we are, I'm like I can see how at the time when he probably started doing beats, if he talking high school too or middle school or anything. This is what was popping around. Like this is what we were always hearing. Right.
Also, DJ Mustard as well.
Fire.
You would hear his tag every single day on the radio, regardless of what station you turned on. You heard his tag,
and he was like heavy. Our later high school years, and like partying years, like a young adult, so that's why I'm like, and around that time I'm thinking about like what was on the radio, what was on TV, like what was on YouTube, like starting. Yeah, this is what was always playing. And DJ Mustard, he was definitely one of them for the younger generation for us. So, so definitely, and I think just with that story, is there anybody like besides producers? Any artists, like major artists that it made you like, yo, I would love to like work with him, but I'm gonna work this hard to one day be able to do it.
Are we just talking about artists today or just in general?
All right, let me just say from the start, like
from the start,
like who were you listening to besides on the producer level, on the artist level?
On the artist level, who was I listening to? Of course, my era was 50.
Yep. I knew you was gonna say that first.
Yeah, G Unit, 50. Dang, who else was around that era when 50 came out?
Hov still was.
For me, I kind of missed the Hove. You know how everybody talk about Hove.
Oh well, yeah.
I can't really get
Kanye,
into the conversations.
Kanye super was
Right. I couldn't even get into the conversations with Hove because I had kind of like missed that era, even though it was like.
All right. Kanye, 50, Jeezy, Tip. Like this is when like they really like that prime was like
was in it. Yeah,
and we was all like anything you was playing was them.
Yeah, I would just definitely say just every mainstream artist that was like around that era with 50.
Mm-hmm.
With 50, including R&B, honestly. Chris Brown, like early Chris Brown. Who else? It's so many rappers, man. Because I don't even listen to that much rap today, so it's like that just came to a blink. But yeah, definitely if I could just pinpoint 50, definitely 50 for sure.
Yeah. So let's run down like some of your catalog. Like, so who are some of the like people you've worked with? And you can start, of course, name the memorable ones, like people that would definitely know.
So I definitely did. I did some work with the late PNB Rock in his early career. Mm-hmm. Right now, most notable for FBH, Rocky, and a lot of other local artists, Reef Royals, FoxxChasePaper, Ranshaw. Mm-hmm. Mr. Mortar King when he did his music thing.
Plaque right there. Plaque up there.
Plaque up there. Most slept on too. A lot of names, man. You know who you are if you work with me. I don't want to get to the naming names, but those are the core
right
of who I was with day to day and built relationships with.
And that we know. And speaking of the PNB Rock one, this is the crazy thing. So I'm gonna give y'all like the history on my side. So I seen him working with them, but this is when I was like really in my music days. So I was looking for producers like to link with.
Right.
So they was having a campaign, PNB Chiz.
Yeah.
I'm always shout out Chiz because because of him, this is how this happened.
Yes, shout out Chiz. Yes.
So he was on a campaign. So
real quick, Chiz was the first to ever bring me into a major studio, and it was Batcave. So shout out Chiz, man. He was the first to ever bring me in. Like, yo, I'm an artist, you're a producer, pull up.
And it's so crazy because, like I said, I never even met Chiz.
Right.
And it's funny because I know if he heard this, he'd be like, yo, that's wild. Yeah. Because I'm like, yo, he was on I think it was called Highly Underrated too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he was doing a promo. So I just did it. I thought it was cool. I was supporting.
Right.
But then in between that, I'm like, yo, he an artist. So, and to the artist, pay attention to what I'm about to say. So what I decided to do, I looked at who he was tagging, who he was including with like his project, started looking at the producers. Rocky was like, oh, it's mutual. Yeah. And like, oh, he's on a certain level. And then what I noticed, and this is not a shot against my boy because I knew what he was going to be. At the time, I was like, this is like still like his early days, but like he can do beats. So I remember I found your page and I was listening and I was like, he don't necessarily have what I need yet, but I can tell he gonna get there soon. Right. So let me hit him with the follow.
Right.
Show him like, yo, bro, I see you and all that, yada yada.
Right.
He came out. I don't know how much time went by. He put out a different set of beats, and I said, give me that one. Give me that one. And then I definitely did one of them.
Yeah.
And then when I did it, and then to the other artists too, don't be afraid to, when y'all do these beats, send them to the producers that did them because they might really want to work with you from
2024, I still say that till this day. Like, hey, artists, when you on YouTube snatching beats, stealing beats, when you make the records, if they have an email, do some homework. Mm-hmm. Find a gram, find a whatever the case may be, find a contact information, send them a nice email along with the record. Reach out, hey, X, Y, and Z, I did a record to your beat. Let me know what you think about it and build a relationship. Like, you just never know what the producers are doing, neither. So it's like, you just want to, like, in this industry, you just want to make genuine, you want to make genuine relationships, like, and you just want to build genuine relationships with producers, producers in every area for real.
Right. And the funny thing is too, I missed the part in between that. So one of the times when I hit you up, I just hit him up on some like, yo, I'm an artist and I would like to work with you one day. So he hit me with the we gonna work, but I took that as like, oh, he hit me with the okie doke. Like he just like, what producer's just gonna say he ain't never heard nothing and just hit me with the we gonna work. I said, nah. Emailed him a few tracks. He hit me back with the fire emoji. Oh, we definitely gonna work.
Yeah.
I said, cool.
Yeah.
And then like some time went by, he put some beats out and I did them. And then when I did it, I sent them to him and he was like, yo, come up here and we gonna do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pause.
And that was when I was in my crib, man. Once again, shout out Mod, man. He allowed me to utilize his space to chase my dream, man, and do the work necessary for me to do.
And this is why we connect on, like, one of the things we connect on, like, mentally, because when he hit me up like randomly and said, yo, you got time like today? And I was at work in Atlantic City and I was like, yo, I just said, yeah, bro, what time?
Yeah,
I got off maybe like an hour or two early. And then I drove, went home, freshened up, and then I came straight to Philly. And I was like, and then we linked, and then it was funny too, because we tried to do the record, and then it was just like, yo, bro, I'm hungry. And then we went, got Popeyes, and then that's when we was just chopping it up, and then and then it was funny because the pictures we got, my girlfriend at the time, when she saw him, she was like, yo, I would think y'all knew each other for years the way I see these pictures. And then now it just dawned on me because I said, yo, I met him in 2015. Sheesh. And I said, yo, next year we'll make it 10 years.
10
like,
years,
we've been cool. Like, just
crazy.
like that, though.
Just like that, bro. That's crazy, man. Wow.
And then, like, we did, and then we just linked from there. And then, like, once I came out here, it was ball game for real. But I was done being an artist at the time. So,
right.
What do you look for in an artist, like when you want to work with an artist?
So my process looking for artists, honestly, right now, is, for one, I'm going to check your gram. 90% of the time, your gram is going to tell you about that particular artist, if they really in it or not. So if your gram, because the gram is going to tell you a lot because everybody's on it. If your gram if you say you artist, if you say you're artist, but you got car videos on your page and cooking videos, I'm cool. Like, nobody can take you serious. Like, you should be showing people you in the studio, you writing to some beats. Show them the studio life, like show them the process and your journey of being a musician, an artist, or whatever the case may be.
I'm only chuckling at y'all because I heard him like snapping this like plenty times before.
Yeah,
so.
and listen, I'm a man of God. I don't cuss no more, so it's it's still funny. It's still funny, but at that time.
But
it was like
But you taught me that valuable lesson too. Like, definitely when you said, I don't know why people delete everything off their page. So we can't see their journey.
That's another thing. So to add on to that, 90%, like I said, 90% of your page is going to show you if you really in this or not. So if I ask you a question and say like, yo, how long you been doing music, and you tell me 3 to 5 years, and I go to your gram and I don't see no back, if I don't see the history of it, it's like, what you doing? Inspire people, rebrand themselves and stuff like that, which is cool. But it's like, dang, like I want to see the earlier years of your career, and I get a lot of artists today where it's saying like, oh, I don't like that video I did or this tape I put out. Why? That is the beginning of your journey, and you need to appreciate the beginning. So when 10 years go by, you got a whole catalog,
right?
And put the music out. Stop waiting 3 or 4 all these years to put the music out, and show people your progression. Is more is progression over perfection.
Yep. What else? Because you said you're gonna look at their gram. What else?
Your following. The following plays a part in that. The following ratio. People think numbers don't exist in this business. Numbers do. Numbers will tell you the truth. You can't be following 10,000 people and only 3,000 people is following you. That's not nobody's taking you serious on that level as well. I gotta see either you collabing with some other artists or just plainly in the studio. So you gotta have an image. Like you gotta have the image. The image comes along with that.
Now, what if they don't have it together, but you see the potential? Because that's a lot of what we built off of.
So you may not have the complete package, and you don't have to have the complete package because we all don't have the complete package. We all don't have it all.
Right.
But if I see like the key things, your gram, you your gram, you put out some music. You got some links. All the links go to your music, the image, and I see that potential that, okay, if I was to step in, I can increase. I can help them grow. I can help them X, Y, and Z. Like for Ranshaw. Ranshaw had his catalog. He had his image. He had his brand and all of that. What Ranshaw didn't have was the structure and the system behind him. So once I added the system and the structure, being able to do the merch and stuff like that, being able to properly put out his records and stuff like that, along with the metadata. The metadata is very important. If you don't have the metadata, nobody can find your artist page, your artist profile with all of your records in one spot, and that's important too. Like your platform should all match. Like for another instance, if your gram say Mr. More the King, I shouldn't see Dirt Bike King or something on your music platforms. It should all blend. That's another thing I look for. Like your name should be on everything.
So I think to sum it all up, you just want people who are serious about what they have going on.
Serious about what y'all got going on and organized to the point where it's like, I'm not managing you because I'm not a manager. I'm a record producer. So if you had that understanding and being organized and being able to just organize your records and stuff like that, do photo shoot, whatever the case. Even if you don't even do photo shoots, like I can implement that,
right,
and assist you in that area as well. But to sum it up, like you just said, just looking like you're serious about the craft,
right,
and not just no 2-3 month thing, and then now you're not doing it,
right,
and then now 5th month I see you popping back up with it. It's like I'm cool. It's not the consistency is not there.
All right. So and I feel like, because like I said, that's what we are built off, like mentally. Why it's so easily, and we were just having this conversation, like what makes us get along so well is because we're just both for the let's not just talk about it, let's just do it. Right. Like we're the type that we do it and then talk about it. Like let's like the only conversation we really have. You want to try this? Yeah, let's do it. All right. Like and then we get it going. We just figure it out. Like
because the motto, man, is we not waiting for the opportunities, bro.
Yep.
We creating them.
Yep. And that's why I always can appreciate with you, because I always say you help me elevate myself, because you were always that voice of reason. And definitely, like, because I know how you move with and how you look at things and how you want things, like how polished and how you may say, nah, this ain't it. Like, you'll be honest. That's why I always say, anytime you told me, hey, try this out, I will always think about it, and I'll be like, nah, because if he told me to try it out, that means he believes I can do it. Like, so I'm going to just do it. And really, that was even how I even got into interviewing.
Yeah.
Like, this was something, and this was my way of like, yo, how can I help the label too? Like, how can I help him bring that to like, just to bring like that shock value. So that's why like people really saw us on that run. That's why I was like, it was meant for this to happen, because they never seen us really talk about this.
Right, and be in the public eye of it. It was always, we just was talking. It just was like, yo, this is like really organic. We can just like, yo, pick up the phone, or we just lock in one day and just be going on. And then we always used to talk about like, yo, we need to record this because we can really help somebody. Like we can, so
And it's because we both know we both were doing the work, like, and we both did the work. Like when I'm telling you, like, yo, when I went to Atlanta, I learned this and that, like, and then it's like everything, even the stuff you teaching me, I'm like, man, it's just refreshing. And that's why shout out TNC Lade. That's where we connected too. It's like, yo, I don't want to hear everybody just talking about it. Like, let's just work. Let's get it done. Like, let's make things happen. Everybody say they want this and they want to get this. All right, what we doing to get it?
Right.
Like, and everything. But
what's the plan?
Yeah, but you spoke on Most Slept On. So, and those are his albums. He got 2 versions of them. How did those come about? And explain to people what Most Slept On was, like them albums.
Most Slept On 1, that process was pretty easy. At that time, I just had got into my first studio, and I had already had the relationships with the artists that's on the project. So it was like hey, dang, what if I put a collaborative thing? Because certain producers, right now in the game, record producers known for it. Khaled being one of them. Who else?
Khaled like the top one.
He like the top one is of putting
of albums,
so to speak. Of albums, putting a collective of artists together on one body of work, and putting a rollout and doing the whole thing. But that's where honestly I got the inspiration from to do the Most Slept On. I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna wait until somebody co-sign or whatever the case may be, or whatever the case may be. But let me be the one to create the opportunity for artists on this level, the emerging artists, and give them an opportunity to lock in with a producer. Mostly some of them haven't done, or whatever the case may be. And just like we just said, like creating the opportunity for the artists who may be overlooked, who is most slept on.
Right.
So that's where the title is coming from. Most slept on, like including myself at the time. Most slept on. And it just went on from there, from 1 into 2, the same process. And it just was easy, down to the bringing them in the studio, recording records from scratch, doing the photo shoots, doing the BTS, and just bringing everybody together, bro.
Facts. Are you still working on Most Slept On 3?
Oh man, come on, man. Here we go. Let's get into it, man. Real juicy. Most Slept On 3 is coming out for sure. A lot of people, unfortunately, won't be on it due to a situation that happened on the internet. This is the first time I'm talking about it, man. But I gave those individuals grace. I didn't respond in a manner that the world would respond. I honestly, in that situation, I allowed God to handle it. And he removed those who can't come, man. Everybody can't go. But Most Slept On 3 Most Slept On 3 is for sure coming out. And that will have all female artists on it, man. All female artists.
You want to say any of them that may be on there that we can look out for?
Listen, it's gonna be a whole new lineup.
All right.
Whole new lineup.
All right,
everybody that I had on it is no longer on it.
Okay. Like, dang, everybody?
This gonna be maybe 1 or 2. Maybe 1 or 2 is still gonna be in there because I still have that relationship with them.
Yeah.
So, we'll see, man, when it comes, man. But Most Slept On 3 will have all female artists in all genres, man.
And why is it important for you to show that appreciation for people when they come and do a project with you? Like, for example, like I said, I got the plaque up there for like, thank you for being part of Most Slept On. And then we did the whole photo shoot. And then you did the photo shoot again for the second album. Like, why is that important to show that appreciation?
Man, it's just like, at the end of the day, this gift that I have of music is not for me at the end of the day. So who am I not to extend this gift to the artists and stuff like that who, like I said, who feel as though that they are most slept on, who is not getting the recognition that they deserve in that moment or whatever the case may be, who may be doubting their career, who may be just up against a lot of things that is on social media, trying to keep up with established artists. Like, no, you can do this too.
Right.
Just putting that opportunity out there, like, yo, you can do this too. And, that's honestly where I'm at.
Yeah, because like I said, because I wasn't even supposed to, and he ain't gonna say that, but I wasn't even supposed to be on the first album. Like, I was done being an artist, and then but at the same time, you only made me worse when it came to like when we got together. I was like, and we were helping other artists. Yeah. Oh, you only made me worse though, like, because you sent me that record. I ain't been in the booth in 5 years.
Right.
At that point.
But yeah.
You sent me the record.
And what year was that? That was
2018. What's that? 2020. Cool. What's that?
I think
say on the plaque? It say 2020, right?
20.
Yeah.
Wow. 2020.
Oh yeah. All right.
4 years, yeah.
So, but it was before that. Like, I recorded it maybe like November though.
Yeah.
The year prior.
Yeah. Because it came out 2020.
Yeah. On your birthday. Yeah.
Right. So it was like last year. So that was like 2019.
On the plaque.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But and then like I said, I haven't been in the booth in 5 years at this point. You sent me the record. I had to do that record like the next day. Like, I had to come in and do the record the next day.
Hey, listen, y'all hear what he's saying? A artist, he ain't been in the booth in how long?
5 years at that point.
5 years at that point. The minute I sent my brother the record, he got it done the next day. Artists, y'all taking too long to lay verses, to lay hooks, to do ad-libs. Y'all taking too long. When the opportunity is presented to you, you got to jump on it, regardless of what level it's on.
Right. And I think that's the other thing too, because that's like when my show is based on like us giving each other voice empowerment.
Right.
Like, especially us as black folks. I'm gonna always be for my community first. And I was like, yo, the same way you did with Most Slept On, it's like the same way with King Status. Let me help. Let me show these people that people are overlooking, that are really talented and really have something to say and really have things to offer.
Right.
And let's give them a voice. Let's give them a platform. You help them with their sound and everything. You the king of crispy vocals too.
Listen, man, everything crispy. Nothing leaves that studio. Nothing leaves my hands if it ain't crispy. Listen, it got to be crispy.
So what's your study process? Like, how you went from what you were in 2015 to who you are today, and how your craft, because I also seen the craft, like, behind the scenes also elevate each time, like each year you elevated.
What was the question again? You said what was that?
Like your study process,
the study
like how
process.
you learned to.
Honestly, studying the greats, man. Studying the ones that's already established. Like, who better to study than the ones who already done made it? That makes perfect sense.
Exactly.
And that's pretty much where it stems from.
Honestly, what always gave you the confidence, like, to just be RockyyLikee and put your brand out there? That is one thing I could definitely say I always look to you with, like, yo, Rocky gonna do it, and he gonna put his name on it. He's gonna do it, and he's gonna do it at a high level.
What gave me the confidence, man? Like, first off, I was born with it. But when it got to the me getting the logo done, the RockyyLikee logo, at first I didn't like it. But the minute I put it on something, I was like, you know what? This going on everything. Yeah. Hats, shirts, stickers, rugs. I'm putting it on everything. And it just was more so me knowing my lane and being comfortable with my lane and being myself. It just was like, yo, like, we see everything, each and every, all these establishments every day, McDonald's, Apple, whatever the case may be, bruh. They're putting their product on whatever they make. They put out there. It's gonna be on everything. It's gonna be in a magazine, stickers, whatever, clothing, like whatever that is accessible to your hands and that you can purchase and that you can put a logo on it, bro. We can put a logo on the back of that chair right here. We could put just like my brother. He got his King Status logo right here on the mic stand. So like, you can put the logo on anything. So just just where I got the confidence from was just me being me and knowing my lane.
And you spoke on, like, you didn't really dive in deep into it, and I don't want you to either, of the situation. Yeah. But it's one thing I told you too. I said, like, definitely around that time, I said, keep that same integrity that you did to get there, and you gonna bounce back.
No doubt.
And then you definitely bounced back. You came back with the, like,
because
you got the 100,000 streams.
Listen, because in that moment, during that time, I'm in Christ. Lord knows what I would have done or said if I wasn't in Christ. So I had that firm foundation of, this is internet. This is real life. This is fake. This is what they're going to do. This is what the world does. And they hated Jesus. Who am I to be exempt?
And they're waiting to catch you in something.
Right.
Like,
yeah. So it was just like, and at the end of the day, we all fall short of the glory. And I took full accountability for what I done. I went to God, and after that, bro, I'm back on the move.
And I'm gonna be real with you on, like, and I'm gonna do this on camera. The fact you were like, you took, like, you stood on it and you took the blame, and like you repented, but like the fact you were honest with me about it, that's when I was like, okay, like, it's nothing. Like, then I said, just don't. As your brother, you ain't gotta do that with me. Like, so it was like, I felt like not necessarily that it was a test, but you doing that made me like, okay, I still respect him to the utmost because he didn't just lie to me, like, just because I'm behind it. But then at the same time, I still hit you behind the scenes, like, hey, just make sure you stick with the same integrity that got you there. And I knew you was gonna bounce back. Yeah, and I was like, that's why I'm like. And now you got couch freestyles.
And
too.
Listen, man, it's a lot of things that we take from each other, man. It's like, the one thing that I say and remind myself every single time, we gonna see when 5 and 10 years go by, they gonna see who's still working. And I say that in the most humblest way. It's like, in the most humble way, 5, 10 years gonna go by, they still gonna see who gonna be working.
That was one of the slogans in 2020.
Bro, listen, bro, and I'm just like, that also helped me. That ignited that fire back. Like, okay, bet it's on. It's it's on. It's definitely on.
Yep, and we know what it's like to feel like, definitely get counted out. Definitely when people
that was a count out moment, because the minute it happened, I'm at work. The minute it happened, I see everybody comment. I see, Ryan, I'm seeing people who I've done work with, who I've just gave opportunities. Wasn't worrying about no money. Because and another thing I've
seen some of those artists, and I've seen what you were saying. You helped out. I was there for.
It's another thing I say, man. If currency wasn't on this earth, I would still be doing music. If currency wasn't on, that's how much music is for me. That's how much I'm into this music. Like, I would do this for no money. I started off doing it for no money. So if money wasn't on this earth, I still would do it. But yeah, man, I seen a lot of people who I thought was like, just like good folks and stuff like that, commenting and saying, just slandering my name and stuff like that. And I just took that and went to God with it and just turned up, man, because can't nobody take the gift.
Right. And you absolutely, and someone like me, that's why I was like, when I see that happen, I was like, of course, like, I'm like I even told you, I said, bro, that's a given. People was going to do that.
Right.
I was like, as soon as some of the names I seen, I was like, bro, I knew that was going to happen.
But it's crazy because artists do what they do on the daily, and we know what artists do and stuff like that. And I'm operate in the studio. I see it every day. Coming in and such, but it ain't looked at as, oh, you taking X, Y, and Z, and but hey,
so and that, but that's why I was like, but I still stuck with like, yo, that's my friend at the end of the day. We've been through too much.
The solid folks. Shout out to everybody who definitely like had my number and hit me about the situation when they first seen it. Those who immediately I knew who was solid from day one. Once that situation took place, they didn't just jump out the window. They contacted me, and I said what I said, and then that was it.
And I think that's the thing about when we use the word, like you hear him, he's not using the word brother loosely. Like we don't do that. Like I was like, nah, this is really like my family. That's why I'm saying like, yo, when I realized that we didn't even pay attention to it, like, yo, next year gonna make it 10 years just like that.
Wow, yeah.
But I'm like, yo, I was part of his wedding. Like we've been around each other's kids. You come, anybody know, y'all heard me say on this
Came
camera,
to your
like,
wedding.
like when you around my daughter and all that, that means like it's a certain level of family, like you are.
Vice versa, around the kids and stuff like that, and the kids knowing who you is.
And you know that's just how people should be, for one. Like
come on now.
But and on a positive note, one of the comebacks was couch freestyles. That's what you got jumping right now.
Yeah, couch freestyles, man.
And how did that come about?
Another one, man. I gotta give all glory to God, man, because it was just like a season in my life where, the studio wasn't moving how it usually, moved business-wise and stuff like that. And for all the entrepreneurs, entrepreneurship is not for the weak, because you're going to have your seasons where you ain't making no dollars. You barely even getting the rent paid or whatever the case may be. But the consistency and being persistent got me through, bro. Got me through. But to come back with the couch freestyles. I went to God and like, God, I need some strategy on how to bring to bring artists back into the studio and whatnot, and to just lock in with new talent. And he gave me the couch freestyles. Mind you, I already had the setup. I'm already in the studio, got the lighting and stuff like that, got the crispy vocals, of course, got the production, got the engineering skills. So it's like, dang, I have all of this gift, all of these gifts. Go ahead and put it to use. And I just out the gate ran with it. Couch freestyles, man.
So what's the criteria for couch freestyles?
The criteria, for one, everybody can't hit the couch. Everybody can't come on the couch. Right now is invite only. Just to go back to what we were saying earlier about, what do I look for in an artist? Is that same mentality, and just putting it into the couch freestyles. Like you gotta be hot. Like we're not gonna take you not being hot out of the equation. Where it's like, yo, you got, because music ain't for everybody. Right. But everybody doing music. So it was like, yo.
Listen, that's how I feel with podcasting. Like I hate the fact, like, when it's so, and now everybody's like, oh, people with a microphone, and I'm like, yo, I hate being in that category, because I be saying I said this plenty of times on camera, I'm like, yo, I could have did I could be negative, I could talk, I have all the sex talk, I could do all that, but I'm like, yo, I'm trying to really leave a real legacy, like, and this is not a knock to anybody.
On that too.
It's not a knock to anybody who does it. Like, if you're successful in it, cool, because it works for you. I just feel like that's not my path, and not what and it's not my life anymore either. Like, so that's why I'm like, yo, I'm for like helping, and I think that's why I connected even with people that's been on the show. These are the people behind the scenes. The years that me and him are talking about right now, these are the people that I was meeting up in the studios. Like, some of these people, I was in the studio 4 a.m. with them and all that. Like, it's just, and that's why, like I said, and I agree with you with some of those people you were saying. I was like, I was there for to watch you help that also said what they said, but I think that's a testament of what we're really about. And like the grind of it, and me and you both don't shy away from the come up. Like, and definitely, like, I think one of the times we really solidified was when you had the beat competition.
Was it
with Dell? With Dell Beats.
Okay,
shout out Dell Beats.
Yeah, shout out my guy Dell, man. Still solid to this day, man.
Yeah, Dell a solid dude. That's my guy.
Yo, my man Dell is solid, man. Even if we don't even talk for 5 years, bro, I could always hit him up. He could hit me up for whatever, bro. That's my guy, man. Dell Beats. Shout out to Dell Beats.
Yeah, man. and did y'all have a project? Y'all had a project together, right?
I don't think we had a project. No, we
it was just
collabed on a lot of stuff.
Like, all right.
We kept on a lot of collabed.
I know y'all
on a lot
had
of stuff for
the Del Rock campaign.
Yeah, we collabed on a lot of stuff for.
That's how far this go back.
Right, Del Rock. Yeah, we put that together because we was just doing a lot of work at that time together. For Reef Royals. That was our main artist that we was just collabing with during that time and helping shape and mold his sound. And we just came up with Del Rock and we just ran with it. That was the start of that.
Now back to Couch Freestyles. Like who is that? Who would you love to see on Couch Freestyles? If we could say it right now in the clip, right now where they can see, who would you like to see on Couch Freestyles?
Man, that's a good question, man. I honestly didn't even think of that. Even though I put out there, because right now I'm just at the putting it out stage. Like I'm building it. But someone that's a good question. Someone I would want to see on Couch Freestyle, I would want to have come up. Here we go. Come on up, Lady London.
That'd be
crazy. She on my list right now, bro. And I don't even have a list, but she number one.
And lately I've been checking out more of her catalog. I was like, when I paid attention to her wordplay and everything, I said,
to me, bro, everybody reachable, bro. I'm not putting no cap on like, oh, just because you up here and you ain't reachable. No, you reachable. I'm gonna get to you through somebody.
And y'all can't think y'all bigger than what y'all are thinking just because he's
come up. Never think you bigger than the music. Never think you bigger than the people around you. Never.
Like Couch Freestyles is definitely an opportunity. King Status Podcast is an opportunity.
Yeah, come on, talk about it, man. King Status.
Let it, like you gotta. When we come on, we tell people when you come on our platforms, like do it like it's your first impression. Like you really want to impress people. Like you want new fans. You want to talk. Like you want to get people to come check you out.
And it's crazy. A lot of them that was their first time doing a live freestyle video. And the whole concept behind the Couch Freestyles is to prepare each artist for when they may get called to a radio station. When they may get called to whatever the case may be, any type of bookings. They gonna say rap. They gonna say sing. Let me hear something, because this is what you do, right? This is so
Facts.
On the spot, like they with Chris Brown. Dance, Chris. I bet you Chris Brown gonna dance, ain't he? In his earlier days, he gonna dance. So it's like, yo, you an artist, rap. You a rapper, rap. I need you to rap. Go ahead. No like, oh, I ain't got no raps, or I can't hit a melody.
No, he's right, because one of my homeboys that do me, Ed Buck. I forgot Playboy Bucky.
Shout out Ed Buck, man.
Playboy Bucky.
Yeah.
Man, I had him down in the basement. Zeph Marcello was right there. I looked at him. I said, rap. I literally was like, rap. Like, because this is your opportunity. Rap. Like, I got you in front of these people. Rap.
Like we said, regardless of what level, bro. What level is on, like, you got to be prepared because, don't look at the now of it, because this is honestly preparing y'all. And like I said, the Couch Freestyles, the whole concept is just to prepare y'all for when y'all get those bookings, when y'all get those shows, when y'all get those radio, when y'all get on press runs and stuff like that. And y'all got to rap in front of cameras. The camera's always going to be on you, so this is the opportunity, and to be on original production. Every beat that's on Couch Freestyles right now is produced by me, 100%.
And y'all help
engineered.
Y'all help lay the foundation too. Whether on Couch Freestyles, whether on King Status, like y'all help lay the foundation. So let's wrap it with this. Give me your top 3 artists you would love to work with, that you would love to say, I produced this and I worked with them.
Queen Naja.
Ty Dolla Sign.
Kalani, and Ty Dolla Sign. Yeah, man. Yeah, top 3, man. You said 3, right?
Yeah,
Right,
I was just your top 3. I
I'm
didn't know
gonna
the
go.
Queen Naja and Kalani, but I knew the Ty Dolla Sign.
Yeah,
But
most definitely.
definitely,
Queen
man.
Naja, yeah, she definitely on the list for sure.
Yeah, man. But I appreciate you for coming on, man. We're gonna find a way to do this.
Likewise.
We're gonna find a way. It might be a 2 or 3 part series to this. And next time you might see us in a different location right now. But for now, I thank you for tuning in to the King Status Podcast with me, your host, Mr. More the King, and I brought my brother on, Mr. RockyyLikee. Where can you follow him?
Record
Where can they follow
producer,
you?
engineer,
Yep.
entrepreneur, studio engineer, man, everything. Everything RockyyLikee, man.
Mm-hmm.
That goes back to what I said. Your name should be on everything.
RockyyLikee and RockyyLikee ENT. You can find on everything: YouTube, Instagram.
Yeah, everything. If you go to Google and type RockyyLikee, everything come up, man.
There we
From
go.
Instagram to the YouTube to the Twitters to the the business page. Just everything under that name, you'll see it.
Right.
It's there. The catalog is there. The proof is there. Like,
All right.
and there's only one RockyyLikee. You'll never see another RockyyLikee.
Absolutely. But we thank y'all for tuning in. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Subscribe right
to
now.
the King Status Podcast, and also subscribe to my own YouTube channel, Mr. More the King. Everything at Mr. More the King. You already know that. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace and love.
Happy used to hear that with a crown. They gon' hold you up if they can't hold it down. If you got a question, why they around? One question, why is they around?